man.
Tell is due on its end.
There's a fire that burns inside. It's an instinct that never lies. The target's tattooed between our eyes. Stand and fight under the lights on the high stage. A part of your life they can't take away. Just like the blood running through your veins. Everyone's watching through your eyes. There's only two options: win or die. Win or die. Win or die. It went from a spark to an open flame. Not destiny's calling out your name. So reply, so reply. There's a on the edge of infinity. Feel the rush under the lights on the high stage. A part of your life they can't take away. Just like the blood running through your veins.
Did we make it?
Hello.
Whoa.
1,000%
Bo.
on time.
Bo.
1,000,000,000%.
Your clocks are wrong.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
Mahalanka is in a slightly different time zone. It's off by 15 minutes from
Right.
the rest of
It's
creation.
like a half a Newfoundland.
It's because lunars like to sleep in.
It's
Lunar sleep in.
You just pulled the
that's
nectar out of your
adorable.
butt. Respect. Mad respect.
hashtag.
Scandal. Oh.
Ooh,
Wow.
fancy shirt.
Yeah, well, exactly, Mr. Badmag. No, we're not. No, nobody says. We're here, guys. It's been like,
We are
What,
here
2
somehow.
yeah. Isn't this crazy?
That.
Oh,
Oh.
Apparently he's being held hostage.
Hey, that's great. I mean, let's be honest. You can hear the most important person the best,
What?
which is as it
Unless
should be.
Southside is okay, Texas is okay.
And
Gwen's
nice
gonna
and
keep us
good.
If Gwen's talking.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I am. No, sorry. I'm terrible at testing. Sorry.
Oh no.
Ugh.
We're way soft. Okay, we can crank the gain.
Let's see if we can fix that
Crank
for you.
that. I'm always very quiet.
Okay, it's quiet.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Changing countries didn't help? Damn.
Hey. So first of all, Mediocre Murder Hobo, they are online. They're in fact online here. And you
Boom.
can catch all of the RPG Clinic character creation up there, and all RPG Clinics will start being archived there.
Okay, so if we crank our mic, they're picking up too much from the speakers. Is there any way to reduce the volume coming out of these speakers? Is there a knob on the back I can turn down?
Italy.
Because I think that's the only place we can turn it down.
I'm
at
also
this
trying
point.
to be less explosive in my
No.
speakage.
You know I can't though, so
I know Scott
there's just
can't.
literally no way for me to.
How's that, guys? How's Echo now? Go ahead and talk, friends.
Yeah, I suppose
Oh,
we should
yes.
probably do this.
Hello.
Oh.
This is a
I'm
test.
saying
I
things.
bought. Hmm.
Tell your story. No, this is good. You
Yeah.
talk.
Well, the only story is that I bought nothing with my experience. I am holding on to my XP for a very specific purchase,
Ooh.
which 10K will be a part of. Well,
Really?
Are you buying Mahalanka?
Yes, I'm going to spend 10 XP and buy a city full of lunar. That's how that works, right?
That's
At
it.
least
It's on
we-
page 412 in the book.
Coming up. Sorry.
Hey, thanks for the makeup props, guys. I
Seems
do it all
good.
for you.
No
That
one
is true.
commented.
I have nothing else to do today, and I'm like, but
That
it's
is
a
not true.
stream, therefore it is important.
That is true. Previously,
Suit
was
up.
not true.
I am
That's-
not used. I am so not used to. We're also really blown out.
Yeah, we're rather bright.
So it turns out that when you try to change all the settings to accommodate 4 people, everything goes to hell. Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, this feels like heaven to me. Terrible. I'm just gonna try. I'll try again. Oh, fuck, Scott. Come on!
That's about right.
That's a little better, and then
It goes through song. Is it
you guys are gonna see behind the scenes for a second.
Uh-oh.
Clutch the pearls.
Oh. You mean you're not sitting in front of a giant detailed
Too
map?
strong. Gotta turn it down.
Smelling
A
salts.
little too strong there.
Fetch me my.
Disappearing
yeah.
suit.
Well, what you just
What
said.
is this? You should probably crank all the way down.
I feel like there's another word for those.
Boom.
There we go.
Epsom?
Yep. That'll do.
That's a little better so that we're not quite so blown out.
Stop. I'm at NETS now. I'm actually a mirage. The closer you get, the less good I look. Seriously, cut here. I'm just gonna come. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna do that.
Full-on Monet. From far away, it's okay, but up close, it's a big old mess. Quick, what was that quote
I
from?
don't know. It sounds like Mean Girls. It's clearly not Mean Girls, but like
It's clueless.
so. Clueless 2.0. Mean Girls.
Everything
If
is.
Wilhan is watching, or Tina Fey is watching, you're welcome.
No, clueless, they're nicer than Mean Girls.
Yes, and okay, all right, whatever. I I can't handle all of your compliments.
Well, Kate has some green on her shirt.
Yeah, it's like turquoise. I could change my shirt if that's really a problem, guys.
We can cheat all we want, and you won't know, Bunny. You've called us out one too many times.
You can hear him though. Whoa, that clicking sound really meant 4 10s? I don't believe it.
How did that happen?
How did that happen?
Quadrangle botches.
Well,
Not a
first
word.
things first, let's welcome our guest. Aragwen is on the line. Hello.
Hi, yay! Happy to be back.
Yay! As are we.
Yay!
Yeah.
The next thing that we'll do is we will thank everybody who subscribed in the past, 30 minutes, even though some of you subscribed before the stream even started. And to that, we'll just make sure that you guys get a chance to see. There you go. This is a test,
A what?
but all of you did subscribe.
Yep.
They get the music cue again.
What?
Yeah. Much appreciation. Thank you, subscribers.
We're just not on the same wavelength today.
Get out.
Wow. I have to get out? Where am I gonna go?
so-
Texas? Sorry.
Scott, if you could move closer to Liz, and Liz, you move further in that direction, sort of thing, because Scott's his shoulder was going off. There we go. That's perfect.
Shuff.
Thank you.
Nope. I would have also accepted do the shuffle, shump. Weird.
Doing
Weird and
the
I don't
shuffle.
like it.
Oh, here we go. I can give everybody their subscriptions.
Well, you can repeat them.
Yeah.
This will be charged to your
This is
card.
worthy.
Separate installments.
27.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep.
There we go. We'll just get through these. Make sure that everyone's seen them.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you,
Thank you to all
NET
the
Scout. Thank you, Lo the Illustrator. Lolo.
Lolo!
Oh, you had to double click that.
Oh, never too many.
What up,
socks.
everybody? This is so great.
Yes.
Yay,
think,
sucks.
It needs to take its time. It'll get around to.
Yeah, it'll get around to people. Don't worry, I'm not
And
charging the subscription twice
Yay, Artemis.
for what it's worth. You wanna
Hey,
pass me that?
crazy.
Thank you to
You
Ever Too Many
wanna repeat?
Socks.
This?
NET Estelle, Low, Artemis,
it's really
Grubermensch, Kaiser Omnic, Aragwen, Plucky Hero, and the Crosshair.
Wow.
Oh, and there's more below.
Well, these are the people who 4
Subscribe
days
today.
ago.
Okay. Right, you were streaming the other day.
Yeah. So, something that'll point out is that there are 3 different tiers of subscriptions. There's the basic subscription. There's 2 that are much higher. I know that one of them is out of the reach of everybody, and it should be. It's $25 a month. Don't do that. But if you do, you're gonna get a Tootsie move. But only at the $25 level.
in person will come to your house, and it's
You
just
sons
John
of
with
bitches.
ears and tail.
Get your very
He'll go
own.
bad. He'll live with you for 24 hours.
No.
We're only at 1 cast for the subscriptions, Mediocre Murder Hobo, because it actually takes a lot of time to make all 5 of them, and I haven't had the chance yet. Subscriptions just sort of appeared, and
Yeah,
It was super out of the blue.
which was like, oh, BT dubs.
Oh, by the way, this is launching in like a day. By the way, you've got it. By the way, give us emotes.
yeah, so my emotes haven't actually been submitted yet, mostly because this computer's also been used by somebody else for the past, 2 weeks, so I haven't had the chance. But
I was looking at the label.
Plucky Hero, I have to submit 3 emotes, 1 for each tier, and I don't suggest anybody subscribe at the $25 level right now. I mean, you can if you want to, but it is definitely not required. It's not required for anyone to subscribe, but you'll get fancy emotes. The other thing is, if you subscribe to Kate or Liz's channel, then you can use their emotes in here if you decide to go crazy.
Oh, dear. I just.
Waiting for days, I tell you.
But there's also something that we have to do, something that's more important than anything else, which is we have to find out what the fuck happened last time, because that was 2 weeks ago. Now, who honestly remembers?
Correct with me.
I watched it today, so I have a very clear memory.
Okay, so yeah, obviously Aragwen has a perfect recall of it. I wrote a synopsis, so I have like a decent idea, but it was still pretty hazy.
We got to
I wouldn't mind a
Mahalanka.
little refresh.
So one thing I can do is I can make sure that you guys have a chance to hear what happened thanks to Cat and Daff. This is an extra special long Cat and Daff recapped. Here we go.
Okay.
It's not going to play properly.
Rip run.
It's supposed to output to voice meter input for now. Let's just do that. And it's still not going to go out properly. Just kill me. Just straight up kill me and everything else in the whole world. Why is... I can't hear anybody now.
Yeah, we
muted ourselves, so there would
Okay,
be
I
no
muted
echo.
myself too.
Aw,
In
you
preface,
guys are
or-
being
You
so
scared me.
Sorry.
How...
We're also doing
why
a
are
silent
you being
mime
a jerk. All right.
opposed to the.
Let's close
the
that.
loud
Let's
kind of
reopen
language.
it. Let's hope that it works this time.
Chicka-choo-cha.
Last time on Exalted, Ember struggles with seeing Ray murder his mother. Silence and Ray come to terms with Race's death. Eyes Alight burns Tyler, who negotiates with Jorek. Ember says goodbye to his mother. Val commits her body. Alvor tells Ray he doesn't think she killed her real mother. Ray and Tide finally reach the conclusion that their mother, Tepet Final Rush, is still alive. Our heroes take the Celestial Three-Way to Mahalanka. Izolite confesses to Jorek she's been studying secrets using the repository. Secrets about Jorek and how she fell in love with him. Jorek forgives her the best way he knows how. With his penis. The airship cannot land, so drops everyone off. She who knows 10,000 things charges in Doe to greet them. She cautions them to not blow anything up and takes them to her place. 10K has much information, including a prophecy written by Entropy and Weaver. The traitorous flame will bring the new age. When all hear his heresy, the challenge begins. The first to forsake creation selects the new rule. One love to ruin, one love to save. They discuss Ember's importance and possible alliances. Silence is worried about Luna's gathering in Mahalanka. Izolite warns Ray she must look after her child. Does 10K have her own shoe-stealing Roomba? How will Ember's role in the prophecy play out? What does this challenge entail? How would the Solars forsake creation exactly? Are they ruining and saving someone's love, or using their love to ruin and or save something else? How do prophecies work? And is Ray's future child Ember's, Jorek's, or someone else's entirely? Find out on Exaltwitch. Now.
Hi.
Well,
Yeah. Oh.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
so a bunch of predictions. One of them is correct. Ray is pregnant with Jorek's baby.
No,
Well-
Jorek is not a thing.
That's actually what we're naming the child. Is Jorek.
That's
With the hashtag.
Yes.
horrifying.
Nice.
Oh, hashtag. How's it going there, buddy?
Canadian
What
accent?
here?
Non-Australian accent. Thumbs up on that.
Mm-hmm. Can we...
It's amazing you haven't been promoted to Commodore yet. Well said.
Captain Daff, should get to work on that. Gotta level up your seafaring skills, I guess. I don't... Yes!
I'm really gonna miss all the making fun of Jorek. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
don't
lie.
worry, Liz. It will continue in the next game. I have no fucking doubt. Pardon my French.
It's amazing.
We have Kevin. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad.
No,
Oh, boy. I hate you, Liz.
I know.
I hate you so much.
All right.
Fabuloso. Yes. Yes.
So as
Oh, I shouldn't look at that
yeah,
window.
do not look at this screen.
Okay.
Whoa.
Secrets.
Bromance! Somebody hashtag it! Sorry.
So can we get some confirmation just to make sure that everyone is still audible from the chat, and then we can move forward, seeing as how everything's gone to hell?
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Everything is awesome.
I don't know the last lyric, I'm sorry.
When you
I don't-
live in a
A
dream.
dream when you live in a dream. Yeah, whatever it is.
Nailed it.
I saw it. I saw the movie. I don't remember every friggin' lyric to every freaking thing I've ever seen.
That
Not a
song, to
monster.
be fair to
You have
Liz,
other
though, that
skills?
song played like a million times.
That is true. Oh boy. Whoa.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So now that we've thoroughly managed to like go right up until 6:30, are we ready to go?
Sure are.
Yes.
It's July. It's July 2nd, to be exact, and that means that we are the day after Canada Day, 2 days until Independence Day, and it means that we are about a month and a half out from the conclusion of Exalted. I know that there's a lot of people out there who are excited about what's coming up next, and frankly, that's exciting for us too. I'm super pleased. But I admit that as we get closer and closer to the end of this game, I have to wonder, because this is where it's the easiest for a GM to lose control. I can either go crazy, and I can start blowing up the world in any sense that I choose, just to make sure that it's the last bit of epicness out of the game before it's time to move on. Or it's possible that my players will do the same thing. And they will start making decisions either fueled entirely by their wish to see things that they haven't seen in the game up to this point, or their wish to drive their characters right to the limit and back. I don't have that answer. I do know, however, that right now we have a few Solar Exalted and a few Lunars, and one Sidereal hanging out in an apartment that is slowly being converged on all sides. And I'm not sure what's going to happen next. So, Isolite just gave you her information, as it were?
Ray just kind of stands there blinking at her for a bit, trying to process this information that she knows cannot be true. And I just kind of shake my head a second. I'm like, yeah, this is like, is this your idea of a joke?
A joke? I'm not very good at jokes. I never really have been good at jokes. There was one time that I tried telling a joke to some other of the Gold faction, and they looked at me, and I'm relatively sure that somebody said never try that again.
So you're just doing the sidereal thing. Giving us pieces of a story, but never the whole thing.
I mean, Ray, it's possible, isn't it? I look at Ember, right?
Ember's not even
Nothing.
acknowledging this.
No, it isn't. And I don't remember this having anything to do with you, Jorek.
Jorek goes back to his fucking book.
I take the glass of water I gave to Ember and give it to Ray instead.
No. I don't. Thanks, 10K. But Val. I need to know that this is just some kind of misunderstanding. Is there some way for you to
See if
tell
you're
me?
currently with child.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Is there a private room we could go into?
Yes. These stairs, they go up to the next level, and you can pick any room that you really want there.
Great.
Yeah,
I'm
any room.
going to bring Ray into a private room and do some medical stuff. Let's check your phone.
Oh my.
Thank you.
Meanwhile,
Back at the inn.
Did I say something wrong?
No,
I'm
I
so
just
sorry. I didn't mean to.
I just think it might be news to her. Maybe not unwelcome news, but maybe at this exact moment, you wouldn't have known, Isolite. It's
Well,
fine.
what news are we talking about?
The news that Ray's gonna have a baby.
Well, she's going to. I
Sure.
think.
So, Isolite, if you're gonna deliver information like this, it's really good to have like 10 other pieces of information to just sort of like swamp them with, so that way they don't really know how to react, and then you can take like 5 steps away.
I'm starting to get a pattern here. This is good.
I've never been very good at this sort of thing. Did you need to roll?
do you want me to roll?
No.
Okay.
She's not pregnant.
No.
Roll intelligence.
As near as you can tell, based on what Ray has revealed to you.
Yes, I asked her some questions and poked and prodded a little. And...
How?
So while I'm sure that Ray enjoys being poked and prodded, no, Ray is not pregnant at this time.
So upon hearing this news, she storms back down the stairs and goes right up to Isolite, just like, what?
You wouldn't let me finish.
What the fuck?
I hand the water glass to Isolite.
She sips it nervously. Her hand is trembling a little bit, so a little bit of water sloshes up into her nose, and she takes a moment to just sort of, cough delicately.
Take a half a second.
Oh, fuck you, Jorek.
No, Jorek.
Get out of here, Jorek, get out of here.
I get out of there, I guess.
From outside, you dirty, dirty people.
I mean, I have to. I can't.
Ray,
What?
I know that mothers are a sore subject with you, but you will become one.
Oh my god. Nope. And I'm covering my ears and I'm walking away because I'm remembering that I promised myself I would be calm. That I would learn to calm the F down. So I go over to the map and I just start staring at it very intently.
Coming
the map
downstairs.
You know,
or 10K.
Seeing this? Yeah, Ray, first off, that's not something that people always want to hear, and Ray, I think, is tired of hearing what her destiny is going to have to be.
It doesn't have to be anything.
You're saying that she will have a kid.
Well, yes, that's what we know.
Okay, let's just skip over that because Ray
Hey, you
doesn't
know
want
what
to
we
hear
know
that
for
right
sure?
now.
You know
What
that
else
there's
do you know?
People coming towards this room, so maybe we should figure that out.
I don't believe we have any cause for alarm. We have a truce. Right, 10K?
Yeah.
With immunity, if you will.
I always make so many mistakes. And she sits down on the floor and she starts playing with her hair, braiding it and unbraiding it in her fingertips.
Yeah, I'm gonna like nonchalantly like sit next to her with the book that I'm reading, just next to. That's it. Nothing else.
Anyway, so yeah, the manse here is going to be an Argif. It's going to be your war manse, so you'd probably want to make sure you explore it and get all of the weapons and stuff that's in it.
Right. 10K, I think we also need to... I mean, we need to figure out when we're going to be going there, of course, and then that
Oh, yeah.
would mean getting us to the Blessed Isle. No problem. Well, less problem, I suppose, but this prophecy.
Yes.
People have been trying to, I guess, interpret it for quite some time.
Sorry, there's a beastman outside.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Should we be concerned about people that are outside?
No. See, I've sectioned off this area, so it's going to be fairly safe. And we'll just keep an eye on it. Because, I mean, what I'm saying is I don't think that we're going to be forever more safe. I think that a gigantic orange man with a bald head will have taken some folks' notice. And so I would say that we probably don't have like all the time in the world, but we definitely have some time in the world. And that's all we really need is some time in the world to do the things that we need to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So, manse, library.
Yeah.
plans?
Okay.
Oh, you were gonna bring us books.
Yes. So what were the things that you wanted to study? You wanted to study about emotions and how people feel about things, so that way you can learn to feel.
Something like that.
Put it like that.
That's not what I really meant.
Oh,
I meant
that's
like
fine.
feel other feelings.
Something like that.
I'm just very thrown off because I really want Ray to have a baby. That sounds so cute.
She'll do that on her own time.
I know that, but it's gonna have little red curls and everything, and it's gonna be adorable. Okay, and what was the other thing?
Speaks of silence, just leaning against a wall. You know, Ray might work on it. I know that it generally takes two people.
We all just look at her, I guess.
Yeah, the slow turn.
We're just like,
When was the last time you made a baby alone, Jorek?
and then a crashing sense of despair.
Quietly leaps off
Retreats
the
into his
balcony.
world. Okay, sorry, no comment.
So is there any other books that you wanted me to bring from the library about any particular thing?
10K, I thought that something you had mentioned to me last we met, in quotation marks. You sent a messenger to me and you mentioned something about sorcery. That's not something I'm very familiar with. The world of the occult, sure, but maybe some tomes on that. I wouldn't mind kind of expanding my skills.
Yes, I stole a treatise for you, and I have another thing. I'll have to go and get it.
Hang on, stole?
Well, it's not really like, it's not one of the books that you would check out because it would draw the attention of somebody who's very interested in sorcery at the moment, but it's not going to be missed
Right.
anytime soon. We have the time in the world that we need. Right?
Yeah, well, that's what you keep saying, and then you seem very nervous, 10K. I want to read intentions on She Who Knows 10,000 Things. To, I don't know, determine if she has intimacies towards the Rakshi. Oh, I feel like I did this last session.
You did.
I did.
And she
Son of a
doesn't.
gun. That's right. No, I remember that now. Well, I'm still
successes.
Well, shut up, Scott. Well, I'm still doing it anyway, but I will change that to the Lunar Exalted, generally, if that's a thing.
You have that information too.
Son of a bitch. do I not write these things down? I mean, I do, but on separate sheets of paper.
While you're
So-
figuring this out, I'm going out onto the balcony to get some air. I'm assuming there's a balcony.
I don't know if we should step outside.
Too late.
camaraderie is her.
Right, towards the Exalted. Well, I can't very well look into, quote, a sense of danger, unquote, so. Oh, no, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to look at her, and I'm just going to say, 10K, are we in danger right now?
No.
I'm going to spend 3 motes to try to determine the veracity of that statement with Judge's Ear technique.
Damn, son.
Like, does she believe it to be true?
At this moment, she doesn't think anybody's in danger.
Okay, thank you.
Speaks of Silence gets up and heads out onto the balcony, so you might want to rethink that.
As does Ray.
Like, I'm on the balcony
Yeah,
and she's joining me?
she's moving to join you, so maybe someone's in danger at this point. I don't know how Ray's feeling.
Oh,
No,
boy.
I'm not feeling murderous. I'm taking deep breaths and trying to calm down while activating keen hearing.
Good shoot. See, it's good.
So what's the problem?
Nothing's the problem.
Because I know you so well, and deep breathing exercises are something that you just bust out whenever you want.
I'm trying to make a habit of it.
A habit. I see. A habit when it's appropriate, when it's a good time for it.
Yes, this seems like a good time for it.
So, Exalted is an idiot. Is that big a deal?
No.
Are you worried about the fact that one day, in your infinite lifespan, that you might actually forget to take your maiden's tea one day?
I don't even understand why we're having this conversation, because aren't there more like immediate things that we need to be dealing with right now? I don't really see why everyone's so invested in this.
Because
Or maybe
if
you
it's
just see it
written in
as a
the
big
loom of fate,
joke.
it's
Me
important.
as a mom, ha ha, ha, she's so fucked up, it's fine. But like, can we just focus at what's right in front of us, please?
Yeah, that is what you're good at, focusing on what's in front of you.
And I turn away and start looking very intently around at whatever's below the balcony.
It's a lot of dirt,
Yes,
vines, leaves.
sweet. I think I'm just mad that for a second, I
But for a second, what?
thought it might be true.
And how did you feel?
I don't really trust myself to answer.
You know, I have a kid.
Excuse me?
I have a kid. He isn't mine. I adopted him.
Where is he?
I think you killed him.
Are you kidding me? Nope.
It's
You
okay,
don't-
Ray.
No.
Thanks.
Jesus.
It is okay. Because I would have had to kill him first. But I taught him a lot. I taught him a lot about what he already knew, and it would appear that I wasn't the only one who got a chance to talk to him. And he he learned some other things. That's why I'm just here to tell you that if you do have a kid, Ray, at least I know that that kid's gonna grow up right.
Ray doesn't know what to say. Oh, she reaches out to touch Speaks of Silence's arm.
Don't tell Val. I want to make sure that she finds out at a better time than this.
And she nods. I nod.
Look, I don't know your mom. I don't know if your mom's alive or dead, or whether she's a jerk, or whether she's got a secret past that explains everything away. But I know that you're not her. I know that you're better than her.
I think that one day I will believe that. It's gonna take some time, I think.
She claps Ray on the shoulder hard. Not hard enough to hurt, but like that kind of real, like...
Like I actually feel it. It's not just a breeze.
Yeah, like a sound effect, like a wham.
Like a rip ears?
This is nice. When I touch you?
Jorek, yes.
You're tough as ovaries, Ray.
Oh my god. Shake my head. I'm like, get out of here. But seriously.
Enjoy the breeze. And then she goes back inside.
How's she doing?
I think maybe, as a lot of women feel, maybe she doesn't want her reproductive system discussed in such open forums.
Yep.
Speaks of silence.
No offense, Isolite, but you fucked up.
Oh, yes.
But it's okay. As a sidereal, it's kind of your lot in life.
Look, I think we all need to. Let's just put the subject to bed for now. No, never mind.
Should I go and apologize to her?
No.
I think you're okay right here, Isolite. Maybe you can help us figure out a bit more about the prophecy. What will happen once Ember speaks? The first to forsake creation selects the new rule. I think that means the Lunars, but 10K, you've probably been studying this much longer than I have.
Well, I don't actually really totally understand it. As far as forsaking creation, that's... I mean, who is really the first? I mean, if you go back to like the oldest texts, then the Yozi that survived are really the first to forsake creation. But I don't see anything else in any of the related scholarly works that would really tie them to this.
That's very true.
Let's see. Jeez, I hope not.
If only we
man.
had access to Entropy or Weaver.
I encountered Weaver in Nexus. Entropy's dead.
I was there. His last words were vulgar.
But Weaver was alive before when we were first encountering Velvet. Then we had to leave. We had to Chiaroscuro, and I haven't heard word of him since. He seemed to offer his help, though.
To do what?
In general, he seemed willing to ally. I wasn't ready to trust him, considering he's a spitting image of his brother. And there were greater matters at hand. mainly obsidian butterflies swarming where Ray was.
That's a good spell.
It wasn't in that moment, but I get your enthusiasm.
Like, if it's on your side, think about it. It's a really good spell.
True. Wait, oh. All this to say, I agree with all fates. I think Weaver would be certainly an excellent person to bump into sometime in creation. If I know one thing about our destiny, it seems that we always seem to be meeting the right people at the right time, or the wrong time.
Well, I could send a message to him and see if maybe he could meet you guys somewhere, not here.
Well, where are we headed after this?
I recommend Argif, which is, it's on the isle. It's here, see, right on the border, and here with the inland sea.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Still out on the balcony.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just- but
I was just, like,
I'm
looking at
definitely
Is there a reason
eavesdropping.
why you suggest that? Is there a manse there?
The Warmance, yes.
That's
Okay.
right. Not that I think we necessarily need more power, but I suppose it's for the best in order to... I don't want to present a show of force on the Blessed Isle. I'm not sure about anyone else.
Well, so where you're ultimately going is the Imperial Manse. And everything that is constantly attempting to overcome creation, the wild, the underworld, all of the chaos that is the antithesis of the law that is existence, is being held at bay by that defense system. So if you're going to go in there and they don't want you in there, you're going up against a defense system that can hold all of that back. You might want to have something at least at the ready.
I'm sure I'm going to come around to this, but I'm just not sure how I feel about the idea of taking control of the Dragon-Blooded's greatest weapon before speaking with them.
Okay, no, I get that. That totally makes sense. And you're a bargainer, so I definitely get that. Just, I mean, if we're looking at like the history of things, you were creation's greatest defense until the Dragon-Blooded rose up against you and took that away from you. So, you came first.
Liberation, then, in a way. I'm sorry, I know this isn't very productive. It's just... I want to make sure that we do things right. You're not there, sorry.
Yeah. I would just really like you guys to survive. That would be my wish.
That sounds good to me too.
So, Argif, then. Yeah.
All Fates Saved steps around behind 10K and with a little bit of hesitation just steps up behind her and wraps her arms around her midsection and rests her forehead on 10K's shoulder.
So sweet.
See, this is really nice. More of this is really good. I hope the time that we have is long enough.
Fuck you.
What?
Fuck you on your 7. All right. So, Kate, you have 7 successes on your lore check here.
Yeah.
Perf.
All right. So I'm going to step through the prophecy with you, and I'm not going to give you the answer.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you get like a whole bunch of clues on it.
Ooh.
So,
Puzzling it out.
the traitorous flame. Who's that?
I'm guessing it's Ember.
Okay. Will bring the new age. What's the new age?
The age where solars are once again solars and important and not crappy. Go back to the first age.
Okay, so that's a reasonable assumption to make.
or any change, any major change, because this is like, there was the first age, this is the second age. Yeah.
All right.
Major power shift.
Second line. When all hear his heresy,
He's gonna give a speech. We've sort of been told that.
okay, the challenge begins.
What?
I feel like that's leading into the next, but if you have some insight based on my super awesome roll.
Okay. We'll come back to this.
Okay.
The first to forsake creation. Now, what were they just talking about in terms of being able to forsake creation?
They were talking about the Imperial Manse and things like that.
And what's in the Imperial Manse? You guys can help out,
Yeah,
by the way.
guys.
It doesn't just have to
Okay,
be.
because like I was just like, well, it's not my lower roll. I definitely
Yeah.
did not get some successes on that shit.
I'm giving this to all of you.
Yeah. What were you
Wow.
guys talking about?
What is inside the Imperial Manse?
The defense system that kind of was able to, defend creation from the wild and from the
Apes
Fae.
everyone out.
Oh yeah, we talked about this last time. That's part of my not having my notes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you were to forsake creation, what could that entail?
Letting the wild in, or like turning off the defense system, or things like that.
Okay.
Yay.
How do you get to the how do you get to those controls?
Apparently through the Imperial Manse.
Fight your way through. Defeat the challenges.
Yeah, I mean, so the only person to have been able to do that was the Scarlet Empress, as near as I'm aware.
Bad King Boomy.
Boomy. It's not the right universe,
Boomy's
but I love it.
challenges, no?
Sorry. I mean, and she has kind of forsook create, but she's not the first, so I don't feel super good about that. But, or are we talking the people who actually kind of forsook creation, the wild, the Fae, the people who are, or the?
Okay. I'm ignoring the fourth line for now.
Yeah, one love to ruin, one love to save. I feel like we'll figure that out as we go.
So, I'm going to read it again, and you guys fill in the blanks.
Oh boy.
The traitorous flame
Ember.
Embra.
will bring the new age.
Power shift, third age? Question mark?
Yeah.
When all hear his heresy,
Speech.
Speech.
the challenge begins.
Like a power struggle.
challenge? Yeah, power struggle.
Nope.
Nope.
Get through,
The
get through
challenge
defenses of
begins.
the manse.
Say that again.
Get through the defenses of the manse.
Okay.
The first to forsake creation
Which is like letting in the wild or turning off the defenses.
selects the new rule.
Who rules
Okay,
in
so the
the
first
new
to get
age.
in there.
Decides who's in charge.
Wow.
Bam, fun. It's a race.
Like the Goblet of Fire?
Yeah.
Because I love it.
Did you put your name in the cup, Harry?
Oh my God, John.
I don't know. That in the movies, he's a little aggro when he's like,
A little.
kindly old Dumbledore walks up and just starts shaking the shit out of him.
Oh boy.
Now, I'm going to point to our resident person who knows possibly up to 10 to the power of 4 or 5. Sorry, 10 to the power of 5 things. Now, are any of the conclusions that they just drew seemingly incorrect?
I would not say no, because if we look back to when the Scarlet Empress first took control of the realm defense grid, she was able to single-handedly turn back all of the Fae that had begun to invade, end a plague that was devastating the world, and then turn the weapon on all of the rivals that would come after her for her throne.
Rip. All right. Well, alrighty then.
We must gain control of the divine beasts. Quickly. Kate's like, I'm fucking
Give me a
ready.
mountain. Give me a mountain. I'm gonna climb it. Then I'm gonna jump. And I'm gonna sail.
Okay.
It is 10 to the power 4, not to the power of 5. She hasn't gotten an upgrade yet.
Essence 5 will come, maybe.
One day.
How it goes.
Does that mean we have to go to the Blessed Isle?
Seems like it. At some point, it was a year from now, a few months ago. But do they mean exactly a year or roughly a year?
What time are you talking about?
Someone told us that a year from now, Ember would give a great speech.
Time's immutable.
Perfect. We decide.
Great.
Hmm.
All right.
It might be better to do it sooner than later.
Come here, buddy.
Because if it really is going to be a race to the top, then you're going to want to avoid as many competitors as possible.
We start the race without telling people what's going on.
Well,
I mean,
it's hard to make a speech without people hearing.
true.
But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I remember when I was a child, we would often race to the bakery for the first cupcakes of the day. And you know the
That's
best way
what's
to win?
missing. Go ahead.
Okay. So you're like off to get cupcakes? The best way to win is not to be fastest. It was to be closest. Ray, you're not even here.
I
on the
poked my
balcony.
head back in when I heard mention of cupcakes.
Oh, son of a...
There's a principle that I operate upon.
Hmm.
And it's not one of the strongest principles that I hold true, but it is always true. No one can think on an empty stomach. So I'm going to go and make some food. Before I leave, time is mutable. There's thousands of calendars that we could potentially be measuring a year against, except for one point in the year. Calibration. No matter what calendar you follow, calibration always falls on the same time. I would suggest, if I were running this operation, making a move before then, because all of the veils are thin during calibration.
It's a time of great chaos, no?
Well, sometimes people see, old loved ones, and then it's happy times. But I think in terms of what you're after, yes, I would anticipate chaos. I would anticipate chaos no matter what, but great chaos, yes.
Mhm. Well, that's just under 2 months.
Yes.
I said, looking to the crosshair. But yeah. So that
Anyway,
gives us time to find this war man's. All Fates, you've been there. Maybe you remember.
Ray, are your ears still up?
Yep.
You can hear 3 sets of footsteps approaching. One of them sounds quite heavy.
Yep.
One of them sounds light, like the equivalent of, say, All Fates Saved walking without the armor. And one of them sounds small, like speaks of silence in her fox form.
So my head is still poked back in, and I just whisper, guys, there are 3 people on their way. They're just outside.
I put myself into a strategic position relative to the door.
Behind a bookcase.
well, somebody else can get the coffee and pork buns. I will go see who is outside.
I go to the kitchen.
I step out of sight of the door.
As do I. Good call.
Doorway.
Is the kitchen out of sight of the door?
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
I'm going to look through the peephole in the door. Or the little looky window.
Standing at the doorway, you see a man who stands maybe 8 feet tall. His legs are really, really gnarled, almost as if they're twisted tree trunks. And he's got hands that are quite small. So, like, imagine somebody who's got these massive legs, tiny hands, almost like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, like in that way. And his face has a single shock of hair growing from the top of his forehead, and it's flowing backwards. Standing next to him is a woman whose her face has a beak that's coming out just like right from her face, and her exposed arms and neck show the occasional feather. It is not a pleasant sight. And the one at the bottom looks an awful lot like a dog. But otherwise, that's it.
And they're just standing there. They're not knocking or anything.
They're standing once the door is open, yes. They're not
Okay.
trying to get inside.
Well, I will pull open the door and step into it. Hello.
Hello. Listen, I'm going to need you to come outside, please, so that we can have a discussion away from the others. She can come too, and he points directly at Speaks of Silence.
Okay. That seems fine.
Speaks of Silence shakes her head. I don't know if it's fine.
I'll take care of this. I'm gonna activate sensory acuity prana as well.
Okay.
And then I'll step outside.
So, Ray, you can still hear this conversation as it's happening. Listen, we're gathering. This is happening. And I understand that you're here and that you really love these dead trees, but we really would expect you to come with us.
Oh, sure, I know that. When is it that the gathering's actually happening?
In about 2 hours,
2 hours.
we're going to burn Mahalanka to the ground.
Well, there's some things that I need to gather. Who said 2 hours?
You don't seem very excited.
Well, I've got a lot of principles that I stand on, and one of them is that destroying books is a crime. And I know that there's, bigger things that are happening here, but it's just hard.
They're your shackles. And you have to cast them free. We're going to make good on this alliance. Don't you want to be free?
I am free currently, but I do understand. I want to make sure I'm loyal to the Silver Pact. You know this. And so while I don't necessarily see that I need these things, I will help others.
If there's even a chance that they can get rid of this, we're taking it. And you're either with us or you're against us.
I know. So you said 2 hours? Definitely for 2 hours?
You've got 2 hours. If there's any book that you really need to keep, I suggest you put it in a bag and bring it with you.
Did she find it? The mantle?
She's not with us.
Okay. Well, what about then, huh?
What about what?
She's just a jerk then, if she's not willing to help.
She's going to be the first casualty in a war we don't want.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've done a lot of reading about it, I guess.
I know you'll do the right thing. And as for your guests, what do you plan on doing with them?
They won't be here very long.
Is that a euphemism?
Well, take it as you need to.
We'll see you on the outskirts.
You will see me.
And they turn and they start walking away.
So don't forget to pack lunches. It's real hard to march on empty stomachs.
They don't respond. They just keep right on going.
Okay. All right. That's fine. It's fine. 2 hours is fine. Okay. I'm going to head back inside.
I'm going over to her immediately because I heard everything.
I've already heard everything.
10K. That's really being planned. They're gonna like burn this whole place down.
Well,
Isn't
they're
this
gonna
homes?
they're gonna try.
How long have you known about this?
Well, I mean, people always talk about plans. So, how long has anybody known about anything that people have always talked about?
So,
I know a heck of a lot of things, and I've read a heck of a lot of the books and scrolls here. So really, it's just sentimentality, but things will happen, and I don't think that they will be able to get to everything, and that's fine.
If Roxy's opposed to them, why don't we just join up with her? Drive them away. Or are there too many?
so they're gonna burn the Why do they need to burn the library to accomplish their goals?
Because I think that they think that the end of this is going to be your kind not existing anymore. And it's real easy to follow the example of the Immaculates who made you into anathema, but take it that much step further because we're a lot better at war than others are, to just wipe out any knowledge that you ever existed in the first place. Why would anybody seek out something that never existed?
Why not just get rid of the specific books?
They don't read it.
Well, that's a shame.
But
Well,
I have many principles that I operate, and no one can take what I know is mine, is probably the strongest one.
And so,
So how can we help?
Well,
all being done in ignorance.
knowledge is the truest defense that anybody has about anything. And right now, my people are being misled.
So we
Not
find who's misleading them?
their hope is misleading them, Ray.
I think they want to break the bond to us.
How many are there?
I haven't been able to take an accurate count of them, but there's well an army.
How big of an army?
I mean, all together, I couldn't tell you.
Well, we've dealt with armies before using
It's just
various means.
wrong.
Looking
Like,
for-
okay, so no one knows we exist. It's not. No one on creation brought us back. It was the unconquered sun. If they don't want solars to exist, they need to go up to Yushan and kill him, and then bam, no more solars. Like, burning books won't erase us. It's just foolish.
I think they're trying to prevent you.
From?
If they know of the prophecy, they may be trying to stop it.
Yep.
Okay, books would be nice, but they aren't necessary.
It's but okay. In whatever is happening in 2 hours, that's the time that we have. That's all of our time in the world. So we will get done everything that we need to do in 2 hours, and then you will leave to help Ember get to where he needs to be, so that you can say the things that you need to say, Ember, in order to get things moving.
I still don't know what I'm supposed to say.
It's alright, we can talk about it on the airship. I'll give you some pointers on giving speeches.
Oh,
We
wait,
can
yeah,
figure it out
Taki,
together.
we can't leave you here.
I mean, like, I don't know how many are maybe still undercover or, hiding in the ranks of the Beastmen, but it's probably only like 100 people. And Roxy's crazy, but she's very dangerous and she's very, very smart. And if we ally with her, then that's to defend Mahalanka. I don't think that we will ultimately lose.
So we should help you.
No,
Oh.
you need to get ahead of this.
Oh.
I agree. If they are headed towards this possible alliance that was hinted at previously, then we need to get there first.
Yes.
And 10K, it's not possible to sever the bond between solars and lunars. Do you think?
Since you disappeared, it's weakened. A lot of us have figured out how to ignore it. It's kind of like when you really like a candy, but you can't have that candy anymore. So sometimes you think about that candy, but it's just not around and you're not really interested in going to look for it. It's like that.
Right.
I really like candy.
Yeah, but
That's really sweet.
great. So in exchange for becoming chosen of the unconquered sun, I'm not allowed to visit the library anymore. Fine. It's a
Well,
sacrifice I'll have to accept.
let's-
So you want us to leave in the next 2 hours and not be around when this goes down?
I think that would be better. I think these are two very important things. And I think the important thing that you guys need to do is in the realm.
Okay. Well, your job
Does it
then
make-
is to survive, because we didn't fight so hard to get all fates back to being all fates, just so something bad could happen to you. Okay? You
Oh,
survived
sure.
this long. Trouble hits the fan, you fly away.
Okay.
And if there are any books that you want taken far away, we can bring them with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or things
Yeah, let's do that.
Anything you
Useful.
want out of here, fast. We'll take them and
For
we'll
sure.
guard them with our lives.
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah.
all of these books. And then Jorek, maybe you can come and help me get some of the others.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this.
You know what, though? It'll be fine.
No. No, this is your home.
You're my home. Wherever you are, that's where I'm ultimately going to be.
I know that what we must do in the Blessed Isle is essential. But to see even one of your books, it would break my heart.
Well, see, that's why you're so good.
I do not wish to hear you cry out.
If something happens and the prophecy goes the wrong way and you don't succeed, then what that means is you won't come back. Whether you die there on the realm or you die 100 years from now, you just won't come back after, maybe. And then I don't see why I should ever come back if that's the case. So it's more important for you to win so that way we can keep coming back. Right?
Speaks of Silence shoves off against the wall. These are the ones responsible for Races the Dead, aren't they?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which means that if they recognized those who came by, if they recognized who was in here, and if they know, they're not going to let them leave without a fight anyway.
Mm-hmm. So I'll go in 2 hours and definitely distract them.
Not alone, you're not.
Okay.
Look, they know they aren't going to hurt us.
So you're staying behind?
We're ostensibly on their side. We can at the very least try to distract them so that you guys can get out, and we'll catch up with you afterwards.
I thought we were done running.
We'll never be done.
I can turn into a storm cloud that goes 100 miles a minute. We'll definitely catch up with you.
Can you carry us all with you?
Why did you take it? Never mind.
I mean, yeah. But I need to make sure.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know enough of what's going on here. I have to defer to you guys. You know what your kind are up to? Somewhat.
They're pissed because they don't like the idea that fate's chosen a mate for them.
They want to take their destiny back. I think we all understand that.
I'll say.
Exactly.
But they think that the way to take their destiny back is to come at you.
Yeah.
They could just all kill themselves. That would work too.
Yikes.
Just saying. Like, both are as awful.
No one's suggesting that.
No.
But right now we have our time in the world. 2 hours. And we know that it's 2 hours, and most people don't know what they know, how much time they have. So let's make the most of this and we'll save what we can.
And then we'll get our...
Will you come with us?
Yeah, I'll come. I'll catch up with you.
Well, if you're with Speaks of Silence, I'm sure she's going to be able to get you there.
Or vice versa.
I'm a survivor.
I rode on a wagon for 3 months. It really hurt my butt. I'll catch up with you.
Well, I think you'll fly
It's
next
still hurting. Valeria, will you attend to her butt?
If necessary, sure.
What?
You don't deserve to have pains in your butt.
But you said attend to my butt.
Okay, what do we need to get done in these 2 hours that we have?
Yeah, 10K, tell us what to pack.
Val, tend to the butt. We're gonna pack some. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. We're gonna pack what we need to pack. Make sure that she knows 10,000 things can have us bring along as many parts of her as she would like before she can catch up to us.
Yes. And you had asked about sorcery, and I've gathered some things together for you.
You said you had something special for me.
Do. So if you want to come this way, I'll show it to you.
I'm going with 10K.
You
She's
know,
going
there's
to
one
lead
thing that
in.
we have to make sure we pack really well.
Is it?
Food?
I don't think you guys are the primary target. I think it's Ember.
Good luck putting a disguise on him. No offense, Ember.
I'm a bit big for disguises.
Can we just pretend you're a big old bag of books?
In spite of herself, Ray is smiling.
Oh.
I'm not very smart. I don't know a lot about books.
No, I think she means put you in a bag and carry you.
Yes, that was the joke.
Well, I go and I
Okay.
rub his head for luck.
So, we could do the Ember in a sack. We could try to disguise him, put him in a dress. I don't know. Give him a wig. Or
I don't know if I'm fabulous enough to.
oh, Ember, I think you could pull it off if you needed to. I just don't. I don't know disguising. That's not my. That's not how I do things. So.
I don't know how to work it like some of you do.
Speaks of Silence. Do you have any tips or suggestions on how to smuggle Ember out of here? Or anyone?
I mean, the sack's not a bad idea. I don't have a dress that big, and I'm not sure. 10K, I don't know if you do.
I like baggy clothes, actually, so I think so. You guys got here on a ship.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think about this.
Parked out there. Oh no, it's up.
John, this is a bit of a long shot, but we're surrounded by very dense jungle, right? If I could find some pants, if I could find some pants, I could really work this.
Jorek,
If I could
oh
find any paints, or like,
War paint?
Where are you going with this, Scott?
I'm going for the camouflage thing.
Going all Hunger Games on us.
Hunger Games, yeah, I'm gonna paint him up to look like bark so you can hide on a tree.
Kita.
But I will, yeah, I mean, if I could find some paints, John, what are the odds that I could roll to attempt to camouflage Ember? Just like to break up his outline, you know what I mean? Put some friggin' ghillie suit shit on him.
How much larceny do you have?
2!
Go ahead and roll.
Yay! Wits? I don't know.
Captain Daft, this isn't the fucking Hunger Games.
It could be.
Where is it?
Put yourself with the icing. I'm rolling wits larceny.
Wait, aren't you off with 10k? What the hell?
Well, I haven't left the room
Oh,
because
okay.
this issue came up,
Gotcha.
which I agree is much more important. I'm going to spend motes on this roll. What am I doing? Yeah, I have larceny charms.
Willpower.
You have
I'm
a
not
larceny
spending
charm?
willpower.
What was
Sorry.
that, John?
You have a larceny charm?
I have 2 larceny charms. Can you believe it?
Damn.
I've never used them.
So,
Isn't that awful?
This guy.
Hashtag useful
they're-
Jorek.
Yeah.
So they're just sitting there just in case. I mean, they haven't really come up. Sorry for the. Well, I certainly scored 5 successes. So...
That's a very decent job of disguising him.
So you put him in one of
Oh,
TK's
boy.
robes and make him up with some makeup.
It probably took most of the 2 hours, frankly.
He looks like an ape man.
Good? Oh, like
Yeah.
one of the beast men. Like,
Yeah.
Actually, though, seriously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just hunch your shoulders a little bit more, Mr. Former Monk. Good.
Bad posture is far away from being close to the Immaculate. I just one ow.
Just tuck your chin. Tuck your chin. There you go.
Ow.
What do you think speaks
I
in
don't
silence?
want Ray to see me like this.
I turn away.
Oh.
Aw.
I
Is there anything else we need to get ready?
Yes, Ray, I need you to come with me for a moment.
Didn't somebody okay.
Do.
Right
I'm going to get the story books with 10k. Do.
Isolate is going through books being like, I have a copy, I don't have a copy.
Remind me to get you back to the repository of secrets sometime? And...
I'll bet
All right,
you
okay,
do.
all right, calm down.
Speaks of Silence grabs Val and pulls her a little bit off. Ray, if your hearing's still up, you can hear this conversation.
Hooray! It is.
I am coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to be able to find you.
Okay.
And she reaches forward and she kisses Val on the lips
Mm-hmm.
and then sinks her teeth slightly into her lip.
Oh.
Kind of hot, kind of painful. Okay.
And then you can feel a small swipe of her tongue. And then she comes back.
My God.
I'm going to need you to spill blood.
Okay. To be able to find me. I mean, I anticipate us going to the manse, but if not, or if you can't find it anymore because of a huge change in geography over the past almost 1,000 years, okay. I can do that.
I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to join you before you even reach the airship.
I hope so too.
But I don't know where the airship's going to touch down, so you're going to have to guide me there.
Yep. I can do this.
I know you can. Just stay alive for me.
Same to you.
I told you. You know who I am.
I do. Just make sure you stay true to that.
I will. You know I will. But the priority is Ember.
Yeah. Yeah.
And after Ember, it's you 4. Sorry.
Oops.
Hey. It's something we're all getting used to.
Okay.
I think she was referring to Jorek, actually.
Thanks for the trail. And then she gives a very small smile, licks her lips just a little bit, and then she turns and heads away. And her hips might be swaying just a little bit.
Oh boy.
Elle busies herself helping with the books that have yet to be pulled off the shelves.
Perfecto. Val, I like to imagine Val is blushing just a little bit. I like to think so, just a little bit.
She's looking cocky.
Mm-hmm. And then
Ray. I need you to break my heart now and tell me you hate me before I spend the next few hours, days, and weeks wondering if that's true.
You're the one who should hate me.
I don't understand.
I basically killed your mother. I almost killed you. I completely lost control in a way that I never have before, and I don't want to lose you.
Then you'll train me.
What?
To learn how to beat you, you'll train me.
yes.
And I was thinking more like, hey, Ray, if you lose your shit when someone threatens to take your boyfriend away, maybe you shouldn't be around your boyfriend so much.
Yes, that's the heartbreaking that I was talking about earlier, and wanting you to get that out of the way.
I can't say I hate you.
Then you'll train me.
Are you sure that's what you want? I don't want there to ever be a moment where you look at me and you realize that you can't trust me because you always think that that something in me is going to break.
Am I going to be honest with you here and tell you that when I look at you, I'm afraid? You scare me more than anything, Ray. Because I don't know what I'd do if I lost you. I don't know what I would do if I found out one day that I wasn't allowed to love you. And it scares me that you think that that might be necessary.
Felt like the right thing to do.
We are exalted, Ray. Our lives are not normal, and there will be times where you will apologize for thinking that you killed my mother and almost killing me when it was actually a creature dedicated to the service of Luna who has decided for some reason that he didn't want to have a relationship that was ordained by fate with another one of you.
But I didn't know that.
No. But that's the truth.
It didn't matter. In that moment, it didn't.
If I can forgive your past lives, I can forgive your past 10 minutes if it means that I get to still hold you.
And she's just gonna go and hug him. Actually leap into his camouflaged arms.
It smells a bit because it's like there's mud and stuff. You know, it's like dirt from outside. You know, there's probably some bugs on him. I don't know.
It's true, I've run out of family members to kill, so that's promising.
Rip.
Or have you?
Damn it, John!
Oh.
Like a brother that was a failure.
No, he died.
Rip.
The dad killed
Oh.
him,
Yep.
remember?
Well,
Eyes Alight comes up to Jorek. So I'm supposed to see you to the Blessed Isle.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we'd all like that very much. Do you feel safe coming with us? I mean, stop.
I know that there's a lot that's supposed to happen, but I feel safe. As safe as I ever could be. I'm there when Ray's child is named. Oh.
From the other room, you just hear, "Fuck you!" Still up.
Isolate, I know it's going to be really difficult, but I'm sure you know as well as anybody, telling someone of their destiny affects it.
And here she drops her voice to a whisper and she pulls Jorek very close and she glances over her shoulder to Ray and... Why do you think I told her?
Jorek has like a, camera zoom in on the eye moment. A moment of realization.
I got a response, but I didn't get what did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay.
I didn't prompt that comment.
Okay, nothing prompted that.
If she
gotcha.
believes... then she'll know that she has to stay alive.
Right.
And you do too, Jorek.
Oh, I know to stay alive.
One day I hope maybe we'll get to have a conversation you'll remember.
I remember our conversations. Just not the ones you had with not me.
A conversation where I get to tell you how I really feel about you. And with that look, we'll take a break here.
Okay.
For the sake of the child.
Holy moly.
You alright there? You all
Yeah.
right?
My heart's like pounding like a mile a minute.
What?
So
Oh,
I
your
can't
heart?
nominate this
Your
for
heart.
play of the game, but I really want to, guys. I know we have a half session left. Bear with me. But what I want to nominate for play of the game is there was like a really sweet moment with. Was it all fates or was it? No, it was you guys, I guess. You and
I don't know. What are you
Who's
talking
getting all
about?
the
when that photo came
Oh
up.
my god.
I'm trying to remember
Aw.
exactly what happened. I think it was between Ember and Ray. Something he like said something. He said one of the things he said was super sweet, and then it like my picture just cut to Aragwen's avatar.
And Aragwen's avatar, for those of you who can't see, the dog, this little dog with its tongue sticking out. So it was like this really emotional thing, and then I think Aragwen must have like sniffed or something as it popped to her screen. And you just see this
Truly.
little dog.
It's like the dog. It's play the game, guys. Just play the
I'm
game.
sorry.
Like the camera cuts away to it, and we were like, what?
I will be right back.
Okay. Can we talk about her now that she's? Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Just don't want to kill the light.
Just you and me, eh, Johnny? Just you and me.
But we've got Netrunner coming up, don't we?
Whoa! Yes. Yes,
Do that
actually,
again.
I'd like to. If we can, I'd like to do this week. We'll have to see kind of timing of it because you work.
I don't know.
Ah.
What are you doing during my usual RPG clinic time?
I'm putting on some shades and I'm figuring out how to point a camera at a bunch of cards, boyo.
That's where we start. You don't know if Jinteki has the ability to run the TS campaign, do you? TD
I-
campaign?
Don't think so because I haven't seen any like special modes
Or like
for
any of the
those
newer
secret
cards and
packs
stuff like that,
cards
yeah.
and so on.
Well, then we'll have to figure out how to do it.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. For those of you who I think everybody in the chat probably knows, but for those of you who don't, John and I play an asymmetrical card game, living card game called Netrunner, which is a wonderful cyberpunk themed LCG. They just recently released a semi-standalone legacy campaign, essentially, and we're gonna play. It's gonna be great.
Lars, what we're referring to is that we could either use the actual cards or we could use the online implementation, jinteki.net, to play. We own every, or at least I know that I do. I think Scott owns every card that's ever been printed.
I'm not quite caught up on the most recent data packs.
You're not
but
on-
that's
you
more,
don't have
that's
Blood and
mostly
Water?
because there's like one. Yeah, there's like one place in Montreal that gets them in, and the rest are like, I don't know. That's okay. Ooh.
Is Jinteki good for new players like yourself? The interface takes a little bit of getting used to. A lot of it's automated, but not all of it, and it can be a little bit like tricksy. But yeah, as long as you make sure that it's clear that you're a new player, I think that people will treat you kindly.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, temporary.
Everybody suddenly went super robotic for me on the
Connection
call. I don't know if that's the way it is on the stream.
Yep,
Yeah.
it'll sort itself out in a second.
Yeah.
Partially it's because they swiped across the camera, so they have to balance out.
Okay.
Oh boy. Hey,
You guys.
oh, there we go. They're coming back.
Getting there.
Yay!
Figure your shit out, internet.
Yeah, 'cause
What I
we're-
miss?
We're still fine on our end, it's just you.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm frozen?
No, you're.
You're just potato quality at the moment.
Yeah. Same patat. But not like a super cute dog.
Can
Sorry,
you
Liz, you're not a-
can you leave and come back into the call?
Yes.
Goodbye. There you go. Now you know what they were talking about. The Dirk.
Bubbers. That's
Better
Jeeves.
words?
He's sticking his tongue out because he was just drinking out of the ocean and realizing it was way too salty.
Ooh, yuck.
It's
Poor
so
thing.
cute.
There
So I want you guys to imagine that picture whenever there's a serious moment and Aragorn's speaking. Because that's what I'm seeing. And it's... I can't.
And what is that dog's name?
Jeeves.
Because of
Like
course
the
it is.
butler. Yeah.
Yes.
How's my quality? Is it better?
Your
Worse?
quality is fine now.
Amazing.
Hooray. It might go back to hell when Scott comes in. Apparently a
possible.
lot of motion disturbs the force.
Ooh, force. Bad force. No disturbing.
Oof.
Man, I just wanted it doesn't taste like the stuff in person. Bah. Dergs.
It's funny, I've never had a dog drink from the toilet. Admittedly,
Jeeves is
I've
too
only
small.
had smaller dogs who couldn't potentially reach.
Yeah.
I have a really long, involved story about my black lab that I had when I was growing up drinking from the toilet.
Huh?
I'm expecting the stream quality to go down.
There we go.
We're okay.
I don't ruin streams that way.
How dare you?
How dare you, madam?
Son of a
They
bitch.
only get ruined when you leave, apparently.
It was just like, where'd the fancy shirt go?
Are we ready to get back to it?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I know.
Such panicking. Why panicking?
They're like, concerned they're never going to eat again. They're fine. They'll.
But
figure it
everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Everything will be. What's that from? Hypnosis. Drink your heavy kitty. Thanks, Annie.
So the plan is that we have to somehow manage to get Ember and the rest of us back up on that airship, wherever it is, without the Lunars being able to come after us. And how do we do that? Where is the airship?
It's just out, like it's a little ways away because it couldn't land in the dense forest. It's not that far.
So you have to go up to get to it?
Yeah, they usually drop a ladder. Unless there's a spot that's high enough that we could go to and they could fly. No,
I
okay.
don't think so.
Never mind.
Short of the roof of maybe this building, if it clears the tree line.
It does not.
It doesn't, yeah.
Mm-mm.
So then, presumably, where we left off, and try to find a way to get a signal to it.
So here's the thing. The instant you set up a signal, they'll know and they'll come after you. You go out into the jungle to try to find a place to do that, they're waiting for you already in there.
I could send them a message,
You could.
tell them to go to a place.
Yes. Okay,
We
where
just
do we
fly
go?
the-
That they won't be there and know and catch us.
But you're right. I think 10K has the right idea. If we're able to get a messenger to the airship, they'll be able to meet us somewhere very specific.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where's the best spot?
Also, if it's possible that Ember could throw people up to the ship and I could jump.
We came down on a rope ladder. I think we can get back up on
Don't
it.
want to be catapulted up into the air? It's very fun. Jorek.
Well, I didn't die last time. It's true.
You're smiling.
Ooh. I don't smile.
I just noticed. That's fine. Uh,
I'm a very serious person.
maybe further east.
Okay.
They wouldn't expect you to go that way.
Okay.
Is there perhaps a landmark? I can only assume the jungle just gets denser the further east you go, but is there any break in the tree line anywhere?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the jungle, Jorek. We've got fun and games. Welcome.
Uh-huh.
Let me consider that. I don't usually go very far east. It's a little bit maddening. But we'll figure something.
You have a lot on your mind right now, 10K. Maybe Speaks of Silence can maybe... it's very dangerous, I suppose, but could you maybe scout for us?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna like doing it. Hold on.
What if she asks you? Camden.
Oh no, I know what she's...
And she takes Races the Dead's form.
Aye. Nope. I didn't...
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'll see you on the other side. I'm only gonna be gone for about 15 minutes.
We'll be ready when you get back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 10K, let's go get those things
Keep
that
packing
you...
things up.
Yeah,
Sure.
some good packing. right
Maybe
there.
you could like point it at a shelf of things I can take.
Yeah,
Don't
here's
give me
this
titles.
one.
Okay.
This is all of the medical stuff that Valeria might want.
I start hurling things into a bag, probably without the care that somebody who could read and knew what the books were about would have.
I roll for a limit. I'm kidding.
The books are suffering.
Okay, so I'm gonna take
Great. I feel ready.
Jorek off down into like this, through this sort of like tunnely hallway into another wing, and as I go, I start to explain sorcery to him.
Oh, boy.
And it's just like, so there's 3 different circles. There's terrestrial, celestial, and solar, unless you're speaking in high realm, in which case it says this, which translates to emerald, sapphire, and adamant.
Right.
And as you know, sorcery is based on shaping the world's power, the essence that is in the world. It's not something that's personal to you, it's the thing that's without. And as she's explaining to this, that's what anybody who might be overhearing will hear. Jorek actually hears something completely different.
Ooh.
So, Jorek, I'm really worried about this. This is really dangerous, and I don't know what's going to happen. That's unfortunately one of the things that I can never really learn is what's going to happen. I just know a lot of what has happened. And I need you to promise me to do what you did before and make sure that if something really, really bad happens, that she isn't alone.
That she...
Sorry, a huge truck went by. If you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
repeat that one word.
Out of character.
Just
there.
the
Go
last
ahead.
sentence.
That she isn't alone. If something really bad happens to the circle, or just to her, can you make sure that she's not alone this time?
Anyone who is listening would hear Jorek reply with, okay, 10K, maybe we should just get to the books. But what she hears is more along the lines of, don't worry, she won't be, but nothing will happen before you get back.
Okay, good. So, you really should learn sorcery. And so I owe you a lot. And this is something I'm giving you for what I'm asking you to do now. And she pulls out this talisman that is on a chain of orichalcum and has like a setting in it that has a bunch of runes inscribed upon it and a rather enormous 10-faceted ruby.
Wow, okay.
This is the talisman of 10,000 eyes. It's one of the relics that Roxy located and then discarded, but in order to be efficient with what you need to do for sorcery, you need to have a focus, and this is going to be one of those items that isn't going to require a lot back from you. And Scott, if you want to investigate it, it's page 470.
Thank you. Yeah, I do.
And so here's some of the scrolls that I've gathered that I think you could start learning the terrestrial and celestial circles with. And then I owed you from before because you stepped in front of her and gave her a little bit more time. And I have a lot of principles. And one of those is that if I have a debt, then I pay it back. And you're one of those people, Jorek, that's really strange, especially for a solar, because people will never look at you the way they look at Valeria or Ray and say, oh, obviously that's a solar. But you loved yellow and you love gold. And inside you, that's what you've always been. So I need to give you what you've always been, I guess. This is the only journal that still survives of Sewell's, and it's not in very good condition. But I kept it for you.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Thank you. I hope you don't really believe that all I've ever wanted is gold.
No, that's not what I've ever said.
That's not what I heard. That's what I heard too. All right, okay.
I love gold.
It's not.
What you love is what you've always been. You, more than anybody else, are exactly who you are supposed to be.
see. I mean, I thank you so much for these gifts, and thank you for keeping this journal. I don't want to ask how it is that you got your hands on a.
A fox
Well, I
runs
guess-
back towards the apartments.
I stole a lot of things.
Yeah, I
That's-
get that
that's the
sense.
answer.
Fox barrels
yeah.
into the apartment.
All right, we should be getting back. I'll read these as quick as I can, and don't worry, okay?
So rituals can be used to shape the world around you, and you draw that power closer to you, and that's how you wield
Speaks
it
of
into a
silence,
spell.
his arms
like,
are
turn
forming.
her
They're
around.
moving. They're on the move now. They are coming.
Okay, we're leaving.
Yeah, I turn 10K around and like push her back towards the and then we're
Where's a good spot for me to send him to?
They're coming mostly from the east.
So let's go west.
Westward ho.
Okay. There's a pretty good climbing tree. I think that's where to go. It's easy to see from up above.
Okay.
They think that you might be on their side. They know that I'm with them. I think that there's a way that we can distract them and convince them that we've just shifted which house we're in. And we might even be able to convince them to go somewhere where Roxy has set up a few things for them to wait.
Okay. Should I send the message?
Do it. Thank you.
10K, she takes herself a ways and begins to focus on this medallion made out of silver that's in front of her. And the room around her begins to shift and curl, and the walls sort of start to jut and look like antlers as she's casting this spell, and a wisp comes up in front of her and she begins to speak to it to send message.
So fucking cool.
yeah, it's
Ray can probably hear this message.
Hooray!
Hi, Captain. Don't be afraid. This is just a wisp. Please don't hit me. I'm being sent on behalf of She Who Knows 10,000 Things, who is an ally to the Solars that you've been taking around creation. You're going to have to be going to the realm. Anyway, they'll actually explain that. Look for a tree. It's very, very tall, and it's going to be to the west of Mahalanka, where you left them. And the top of it is usually bald because there's an eagle that's taken nest there. So watch for that one, and that's where they're going to meet you. So drop your ladder there. It's going to take them about 30 minutes. Pick up.
Ray, you hear whistling. And then you feel arrows, hundreds of arrows, thud against the roof, the ground, all around this particular area. It sounds like all of you can hear the thuds. Ray can hear the whistles first, but it sounds something along the lines of,
Fuck, they're here. As
How
I'm
do
sure
we
you all
get-
heard.
that
This
was a warning
tunnel.
shot.
How do we get out?
Head that way through this tunnel.
Okay.
how convenient.
And okay, we'll head them off. We'll just convince them. That's what we do. We're super convincing. Come on, silence. This is not going to be any difficulty for us whatsoever.
Join their ranks, follow them, do what you need to do. We're gonna
What
see
do we
you
want to
again
say
very
what
soon.
we did with our guests?
We took care of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Jorek, come here.
Yeah, okay.
Give me your hand.
Yeah.
And she takes the form of Races the Dead
Yeah.
and pulls a small dagger and just
Yeah.
nicks your hand.
Do you want it on?
Mirror.
Yeah, I like smear it across his face. Dude.
The rest of you too. I mean, you're exalted. Your hands like reseal as soon as you want them to.
Yeah.
10K takes out her chakram as well to like get it all bloodied up.
I don't want to.
It's okay.
You don't have to.
I don't want to bleed on you.
You've bled on me before, and I actually was able to read your memories. It was really pleasant because all you were thinking about was me.
Oh. Okay. The airship is nice. The captain has a lot of biscuits. And I'm sure that we could convince him that we could find some other things to eat.
Perfect. You can't do anything on an empty stomach.
I can't anymore.
Because you're not dead.
Guys,
We gotta
you're
go.
adorable, but we have to get.
We're both like,
Sorry.
gotta get the fuck
Ember. All fates.
You just start driving them out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Isolate.
Walk
find you.
elbows and head towards
Well,
the tunnel.
So
Ember.
you hear another.
Okay, go.
And then we continue to run.
Yep. To the tunnel. Yes.
What kind of tunnel is it?
It's just
The
another one that sort of like connects to other buildings.
Perhaps unknown to others.
Please, yes. Come on, John.
Perhaps through a mountain.
Don't let us down.
don't
Come on, John.
down.
I'm so excited.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Oh, you're right. We can't.
iTunes is super crashed.
It refuses.
Ooh,
He
we'll just play it on
refuses.
our end. It's gonna be great. See,
All right. Now it's wasting time. Damn.
while you're waiting for the song,
Know that I'm
Jorek got
singing it.
riddled with arrows.
Yay!
When? Oh, my back.
Yeah, I forget the next couple lines, but then it goes. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel!
All right. So we start power walking.
No, we are friggin' running.
All right.
Power walking. I don't have time for this shit.
Good. I'm making sure that Ember is ahead of me. I guess.
Ember, incidentally, has managed to. The concealment is so good that his diclaves are currently at his back. Like they're hanging from a belt at the small of his back, but they're underneath the clothing. So he is still armed, but it's not visible at the moment.
That's cool.
Sweet.
So, I'm not sure where this tunnel comes up, but once we get outside, we're gonna want to go. We're gonna want to get into the tree line as quickly as possible.
So the tunnel emerges where?
It just comes out of another building that's there, so they'll need to find the gate leading out of Mahalanka to the west. But all of the buildings within Mahalanka are sort of like honeycombed.
I know the exact distance and route to anywhere I've been before, so if it's the same gates we entered by, it's not?
I don't think it would be,
Damn it.
because we're.
Fuck, salty dog, fuck.
Can't do
But at the same
everything
time,
with
it's
it.
pretty easy to see the
Oh,
wall.
that's good.
Because she used a border quarter. Rhymes.
When you emerge, you can see the silhouette in the setting sun of a woman very tall who is standing on the roof of a building just screaming defiance, and you can hear drumming.
Shit. Oh boy.
And as arrows start flying towards her, her hands just move very quickly, smacking each one of them out of the way.
Badass.
I definitely take a half second.
Well,
I
yeah,
have no
that's
idea who
super
this woman
cool.
is, but this is amazing.
But that's pretty sweet.
I'm going to ask all of you to roll
Oh.
your wits stealth.
Oh boy.
Secret tunnel.
I'd like to know the result of all fates roll. Just kidding.
I can't see your fingers. 3 successes?
I got 2 successes.
Hey, that beats 0.
That sure does. Whew. What? Excuse me, please.
What about our good friend Ray?
Wow.
Wow, that was a terrible roll, but it was not a botch. That's 3 successes.
That's not a terrible roll.
No, but considering how many dice I rolled, it was a bad roll. I actually spent motes on that roll.
Really. But Jorek's like alongside you, being like, "Wow, isn't this fun?"
So, All Fates Saved got 9 successes.
Holy shit.
That's what I wanted to know. Yeah.
Half second
Holy
that.
shit!
Quoi?
Ember gets 5 successes.
Wow.
She can
You're
even
welcome.
Yeah.
She can tell that I'm not fighting them.
Yeah.
That's my. Wait, where is he?
And Eyes of Light.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Forgot
no.
about her.
Oh,
She's not
yes.
a priority. I don't need her.
Beb, no.
Holy shit.
Sneaky.
True.
Be sneaky, your eyes. I like.
4 successes.
Wow. What a lady.
6 dice.
Not successes on 4 dice. The dice are happy today.
As you emerge from the thing, you see Races the Dead specifically ignore the woman silhouetted and starts moving, slithering into the underbrush on the other side.
Okay, good. She'll meet us there.
Keep moving.
I mean, I'm gonna try to catch a glimpse of what's happened, like whether the other kind of lunar army get a sense of the size of them if they're coming, if they're trying to rush. You know what I mean?
It seems like there's more and more and more arrows falling from the sky. They're now not necessarily falling towards you. They're falling not even towards the woman now, but they're shifted towards a different building.
Right. Are they like lighting it on? Like,
No,
is it
they're just
aflame
arrows.
at all? Okay. So far so good in that sense.
I'm turning on Keen Sight as well.
You're trying what? Sorry.
Turning on Keen Sight.
Okay.
So I have hearing and something.
10K. Where are you?
She is actually in the masses that are fighting, and she can be heard shouting that the skinny one got away and was heading in that direction.
We made promises and we'd better keep them. Let's go.
Still going.
At the mention of promises, I'm gonna make sure I'm close to all fates as we go. Well,
Do you think she'll like the food? I'm worried about the biscuits.
Well, if they aren't good enough, we'll have to find something better once she's there. But I think biscuits are a good start.
Do you think there's rats on the ship?
I don't think so.
Sky rats?
No, I don't think so. I mean bats. I haven't seen any bats on that ship.
Kate, if you could lean a little closer to the mic, you're
Yeah,
you're
sorry.
off. Thank you.
Bats? I don't think there are any bats on the ship.
it's. I'm sure if she needs to find something, she can maybe find a small bird or something. But she would also
Oh,
say.
you're worried about her being
Okay.
hungry?
She would just be happy to be with you.
Well, what else would she eat? She's...
That's true. Sorry, I thought she would be bothered by them. We'll find something.
I'm sure she'll just
You
be
can
happy.
hear a few screeches, and then you hear this chant come up. These voices are not normal. They seem to come from a creature that has been bred for battle itself. Ros. 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 And that's when pandemonium straight up breaks out behind you.
Ugh.
While still running ahead, I'm gonna
Or
look back,
for
see if I
knowledge.
can catch a glimpse of it.
You turn into a pillar of salt.
This would be lore.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 successes.
So Roxy's known for breeding armies of beastmen that are perhaps not the most sane or controllable.
I think it's for the best we didn't try to fight this fight.
And Rose, or whatever they were saying?
That's not a language you speak.
Ah.
Because I feel that old urge to
Right,
run
like-
straight into a fight again, and then I remember that I really am trying,
Give me 10 minutes.
and turn back and keep running forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't look at that screen.
Well, I can't read it from here anyway without really trying. So as soon as I looked over and saw what was going on, I was like, nope. I assume we will, thank you as well, keep running.
Yep, I think we're all
Yep.
still going.
We're trying to find that tree.
So it's after a little bit of time, but then you do manage to find the tree that you're looking for. And Ray, you can hear the airship above you.
Okay,
Right.
they're
And
here.
I'm like,
Everybody up, go, climb.
help Jorek up. Help all face
Hey.
up. Help Ember up.
Eyes of light. I help her.
Eyes light up.
I'm standing at the
But
bottom
you're
waiting for
touching
everybody.
my out. Okay, fine, I'm going.
Push. Push his foot. Push his other foot.
Val,
He
go.
pushes butt. No.
Yeah, as soon as when Ray's the last one on the ground, I'll go.
How long do we wait? You're not all here. I recall that you had one other passenger with you.
I cut my hand and rub it on the tree, and then run up.
Just a few minutes.
Yep.
She's
No
on her
more
way.
than 5. If they're going to make it, they're going to make it. If not, we have to let them do what they're doing. We can't stay too long, otherwise they'll know.
I climb as high up into the rigging as I can and look out in the direction where they ran. See if I can see them.
Freaking treetops, man. I don't know.
But my eyes are so keen.
I don't think you can look through leaves. I don't. Maybe. Look, I might be wrong. There's nothing the Solar Exalted can't do.
I burn the forest to the ground and then start looking.
Pardon?
What?
All those books.
Did you get what you came for?
In a manner of speaking, we know
never
where we
do.
need to go. At least.
Okay. Where are we headed after this? Where are we setting course?
You're not gonna like
towards
it.
Blessed Isle.
Ah.
You
I always figured that was going to happen.
aren't comfortable taking us the whole way there, we'll figure something else out.
Has nothing to do with comfort. It has everything to do with me expecting the worst from you. If there's a dangerous place to go, you'll head there.
Yeah, as evidenced by the war that's breaking out in the town that we just arrived in. Do we find trouble? Does trouble follow us? It's,
A owl breaks the tree line and begins to fly towards the boat, the airship. And when she lands on deck, she shifts into 10K and runs up to All Fates. I think we can turn it. I think we can actually save the library. Roxy's army is much bigger than I ever thought. I'm gonna stay. But Speaks of Silence is right behind me. She's coming with you.
You can.
As soon as we've won it, I'll come find you. I'll always come find you. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm certain of that.
No, wait, we just reunited you guys.
It's okay. I'm gonna be real hungry.
This is
I
important.
love you. Can you said something about biscuits. Is that down below?
Yes, the biscuits are below.
Don't ever make Jorek make the coffee. But can you have the biscuits ready?
I'll go. I'll get the biscuits ready.
I love you.
I love you too.
I know.
She heads right down below decks.
I'm still looking for Speaks of Silence. Squinting at that cover of trees as though I'm going to see
I'm
something.
gonna do it.
So as the cover of trees starts rustling, she who knows 10,000 things changes back into Speaks of Silence.
Oh?
We have to go.
Where's 10K? Is she okay?
She got her message out.
Where is she?
Yeah.
No, we have to go back for her.
Do we?
Yeah, we fucking do.
I wasn't asking you.
We can't go back for her. Like, there's no her to go back for.
She was using attacks within the crowd to try to slow them down and move them away. And I've frankly never seen someone fight as well or as long as she has without anyone realizing she was throwing blows.
You're not
Captain,
answering.
set course.
No. Is
You have to
she
get out of here.
dead? Because if she isn't, we can go back and get her.
I have her heart's blood within me, Ray. That's how I got here.
And that, I think, is what snaps. Good to realize.
Set sail. Don't make her lost for nothing.
The crew starts moving in response to you. The captain just sort of looks from Ray to Val to Ray to Val, and then Val's face just... Do you have any of your charms active?
Harmonious presence, always.
Okay, so then he just nods and turns back around.
I'm looking for all fates.
I'm just gonna follow the captain real quick, and I'm gonna specify Arjef, but that's all.
She made me promise to get that message to her, but she seemed pretty happy about it. That she'd get a chance to tell Elfate saved herself.
this way, All Fates, believes one thing and we'll be able to find her again. Right? That's how that works. That's how they know that they can find each other.
We should never have come here.
No, we got what we needed.
At what cost?
They were massing on Mahalanka anyway.
Would she have fought even if All Fates wasn't at stake?
Oh, please. She cared more about those books than anyone except All Fates Saved. But she wasn't lying. I think that they'll be able to defend the library. I think that they'll find that it's too much, too costly to take it, and they'll turn and they'll start heading towards the Blessed Isle instead.
I don't want you to have to gain another ally's form ever again. But I know I can't stop that from happening. We can only make use of our losses. Make them count.
The books that you have, the talisman, the prophecy, all of those things are things we didn't have before now.
I don't know if you had a form that could fly before today.
I didn't.
There you go. More tools in your arsenal.
It's more than that. One of the best things that she told me when we used to hang out together was that she always knew that she would find Fates again.
She did.
And she will.
You're right. She'll be reborn.
And she's got more people to help her look.
She has someone to find.
She does. Let's make sure that she has someone to find when she's back. Let's start planning how we're going to make it into the Blessed Isle without getting completely swarmed the instant we land.
Ember,
Yes.
come on. We gotta start training.
And she who knows 10,000 things form of an owl shows up. And she hops right to the masthead, stands atop, and just looks forward, not back. Eyes alight, walks up to Jorek, slips her very tiny hand into his. How can I help?
You can be here.
I do know one thing.
Hmm?
About she who knows 10,000 things? Her name is written more than once up there.
I know.
Well,
I mean, I assumed.
I know what will happen.
All right, tell me.
And she tells you.
Son of a...
Damn it! That laughter. Wait.
All Fate Saved comes up and she's holding a plate of biscuits.
Oh, boy.
But just before she emerges, the owl on the masthead shifts back to Speaks of Silence, who's sitting now just in human form. We can't think on an empty stomach, can we?
You're right. It's very important. She stood on many principles. Stands. I didn't.
You're right.
Come on.
We should eat.
I found jam.
Thank you.
It was a good day.
Yes.
All right. What are all of your guiles?
I'm far away
Yeah, I'm
from
like,
this.
I don't know. I think
I've started.
Liz is like,
I've
"Fuck my
started
guile, I'm
training
outta
with
here."
Ember.
Three.
Like, Ray's not
Fucking
gonna
outta
fucking
here.
talk to her right now. She cannot. So
What's wrong?
it's going to have to be a little while longer than we thought before 10K can join us.
Oh,
Yeah. She won't be able to join us on the Blessed Isle.
it's important that she takes care of other things.
But she will be back. What she's doing here today is assuring that that bond will continue. That you two will be together again.
I know. That's why it was a good day. I didn't bring anything to drink. One moment. And she turns and she...
May I attempt to sense motive?
Sure. All Fate Saves Guile is 5.
Woo! That's a good amount of
this
guile.
lady over there.
I like side
I'm going to
feels.
spend some notes on this in that case.
Yeesh.
Ember, by the way, just flexes his hands for a second. And then he starts doing the deep breathing that he's seen Ray do when she's mad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me know if it helps.
I have no idea what the details
Ay,
are.
ay, ay.
The details of what?
Page 306.
I'll call it up.
Thank you. It's a clear mind discipline. Sorry. Mind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Arcana?
I'm in character.
Well, aha!
What about cat? Oh.
Ray and Ember.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, come
Ray
on.
and Ember spawn.
It's okay. Deal with them. I can look it up on my
Right by
phone.
the throat. Rolls him overboard.
And I'll,
He's
I'll
fine.
roll the
Just-
thing.
He's dead.
Captain comes out on deck
I'm still there.
and Speaks of Silence stands up and she goes below.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're headed to the Blessed Isle.
The city of Arjef apparently is built around our war manse.
Arjef. I was born in Arjef.
Were you really?
Oh, yes.
Tell me all about it. A den of scum and villainy?
I don't remember much.
Shitting on Jorek. What the hell, man?
I left when I was 4,
And sea captain, oh.
but I never thought I'd return there. Go ahead.
I got 3 successes total. So.
3 successes total?
Is that perception awareness or is it perception socialize?
It's socialize.
Well, then it's completely different ball.
Yep.
I just realized.
Yeah, no, that's socialize.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll 2 other dice.
Sure.
Well, then that's 4, 5, 6 successes.
I had a child about your age, actually.
Even though you're God knows how many years older than me.
She knows.
And
My previous life, you see,
It's
I had
not
a
clear
child.
how.
does it hurt?
You mean, is she in pain?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Not as much as you might think.
What?
So, yes,
Here's
but
what?
something else is making her happy.
Okay.
We're going to need to resupply,
We are.
but
Where
we'll
do
be
you
able to
suggest?
make good time.
We'll have to figure out a plan for landing in Arjef. I imagine you're no longer welcome there.
There's no plan needed. The Blessed Isle doesn't exactly have eyes in the sky at all time. There are places where we can get around. I think I'll be able to get you there without anybody questioning us. We are, after all, still able to fly House Tepet colors.
That's true. And I think we all trust. I look around, nobody's there. No, we all trust your skills.
And All Fate Saved comes back up, and now she has water and grog.
Grog.
She starts handing them out. Ray, there's a slight change in the sound that the ship has made. One of the portholes is open below.
I'm gonna try to gauge which portal it is.
It's on the starboard side. That
Would I know?
midship.
Would I know what cabin that is?
That would be Val and Speaks of Silence's cabin.
I'll head down there. Because they're not in there together right now, right?
I'm on deck.
I'll head down there.
Yeah. They're not doing it right now, are they?
When you get in there,
There
you
we
can
go.
see that Speaks of Silence has seemingly stolen every shoe belonging to crew members on the ship. And she's flinging them out the window one by one.
What a dude.
Leaving a breadcrumb trail. Stop that woman.
Without saying a word, I'm just gonna go over and start picking up shoes and throwing them out too.
Everyone's going to be really pissed off at us. But they'll never know. Because you're not going to say a word.
Somewhere below, there's a very surprised farmer who's just like, "What the fuck?"
My lucky day! The crops have finally yielded. Oh shit!
Tomato plant's gonna be bad. Okay, I'm sorry.
My cabbages! My Oh, sorry, Kate.
She's stopped short of tossing anybody's armor, by the way.
Cool. I haven't. No, I'm kidding.
Jorek won't need this
But
where
until
he's
we
going.
resupply, everyone's going shoeless.
Let's get a tribute as we can manage right now.
You know, she was one of the best. She had this annoying habit of always contacting me right when I needed it. And her messages always involved her saying something, like a reassurance or she'd mention about how the wisp was going to be frightening, or she'd apologize about some silly thing that happened, months prior. She never got to the point. But the point was always there.
I barely understood anything that she said.
You know why?
But having her around was such a comfort. Because I'm used to feeling like everybody knows something I don't. But she wanted to teach us. She wanted to give us all of the knowledge that she had.
A library waits for people to show up and read what's inside. She just didn't like waiting. Oh, this one smells.
Is it mine?
That's Jorek's. Fuck. Can tell by the sparkly buckles on the side.
Jorek doesn't smell. I hate to break this to you, Ray, but he's actually kind of hot.
You're just wearing fancy colored glasses. Speaks of silence.
I don't know, if it wasn't for Val. What was
You'd be
Quiet Word like?
Tapping that. What was that?
What was Quiet Word like?
What was Quiet Word like?
I wish I'd known him better. He was very... He actually reminded me a lot of 10K in the sense that he knew so much and wanted to share that with people, and he was kind and he was generous. And why does it always seem like the kindest people are the first to die?
Yeah.
They're not, they're just the ones you remember. Ember approaches Val. I do need to tell you something. I care very much for Jorek, and my feelings for Ray are relatively well known. And what happens to you is of great import to me, but you should know that you have my respect. There's going to be a time where dangerous, urgent things must occur. And as much as I care for Ray, I know that sometimes someone needs to make a very important decision at a crucial moment in time. You are perhaps the one best suited for that.
Mm-hmm.
We are.
I wanted to thank you.
For
Making the call today. Rest assured that the next time you tell me to do something, I'll do it immediately.
well, perhaps not today, but tomorrow we're gonna start brushing up your speech skills, because everyone seems to think you're going to deliver an important message. So let's make sure that it's as good as it can get.
I'm gonna train him too.
Yeah, we're all training him. It's so cute.
That's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Hmm?
I've been given an opportunity to deliver a message. Do you want it?
That opportunity?
Yes.
Yes, but you are the one who's written in the prophecy. I don't think that I am a traitorous flame.
Could light you on fire.
Unfortunately, I
Alright.
believe that's you.
Jesus, stone cold.
All right.
Just teach you to dress.
I will introduce you. I'll be the announcer, you know, the ringmaster at the circus.
I don't think that's what's going to happen.
No, something tells me we aren't going to have a nice stage.
I think that I have a very limited amount of time. And once that's over, they won't want to listen to me. They're going to want to listen to you. So while you make sure that I know how to deliver a speech, you may want to get started on writing your own.
We'll have to prepare for all eventualities. Whichever of us delivers the speech, whichever of us does the introduction.
If it looks like I'm going to die, I want you to kiss me.
Is this some sort of signal? As
Cut
in,
back to
like,
me.
I don't want the gift given to me to go
oh,
to waste.
the gift that you were given. I see. Alright, but let's make sure you don't die, because I don't want to deal with Ray being mad at me because I stole your last kiss. Because I don't think she'd ever forgive me for that.
Fair enough. And it's true that the prophecy says that it's the traitorous flame. I don't anticipate dying, just...
Prepare for everything.
expect the worst.
But let's
Damn it.
strive towards the best.
You know, There was one thing that I could tell you.
Rub his ball out.
Oh?
It's something that I used to say with Summer Blaze. No luck, only will. And then he claps one of his very beefy hands, but he stops just short of your shoulder, and as if it's almost too sacred, he stops. And he lets his hand fall, and he nods. And then he goes back to his breathing exercises.
You've had a lot put onto your shoulders.
Their big shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I smile and nod and walk away, leaving him to his exercises.
I can imagine he was just there the whole time.
Eyes alight, looks up at Jorek again. When we get there, you don't have to invite me inside if you don't want to.
What do you mean? Demands?
Yeah,
Why would I not want to? Are you not trustworthy?
it's more important that your friends are with you than me. Just don't insist on my account for them.
I mean, I don't hope that I have to choose, but I understand.
I know.
Hey, you're not just planning on ditching us in the middle of the night and heading back to the
I'm
repository
not
of secret
Starlight
service.
Dove.
Good. No, get out of here. Sorry.
Besides, I don't want you to forget me.
I don't think I can.
Then come on, and let me make sure you don't.
Yep. Yep. I guess Jorek's gonna make sure we're like underway. No,
you're
fuck it,
underway,
no,
all
whatever.
right.
Fuck it, he's just going with her. Yeah, here we go.
Hey.
Hey. He's definitely gonna have a word about with somebody about his boots being missing. That's for sure.
He's not gonna notice
Gotta
that
wait
for
for
a good
morning. And
Oh,
I mean, I guess he's about to knock boots, but that's only a figurative.
Kate!
Kate.
And down below in the hold of the ship,
Uh-oh.
Crest Exalted opens the door and heads down to meet with Rain After Storms. And she shakes her head. You're early. He nods. I know. But for the rest of the trip, I think you're going to need something a little extra. And I have to go home again. And I think we'll end the session
With Jorek going boo 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 boo.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
Have some respect for the dead, Liz.
Jorek.
Season 2, episode 2. Launch the series. Have some respect for the dead.
Jorek.
Jorek. Wait, what?
What?
Stop.
No.
There aren't many episodes left, but the corner is always open. We have some plays of the game to arrange, and we have some goodbyes to say.
Fuck.
But thankfully, she who knows 10,000 things lives on here with us in Fancy Corner in just a few minutes.
Yes.
Nice. Perfecto.
Yay.
Wow, that's quite the quote.
Zelda.
Quite the quote right there. Oh my. Well, I'm sure everyone else is going to also compliment your work, Erigwen, but may I just say, it was a pleasure. I thought today's session was great, and I loved it because we got to play with you again.
Yay.
Yay! There you go.
I was happy. Thank you so much again for letting me join into your game. It's so cool.
Dude, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
It was a delight.
Mhm.
What a delight.
Oh yeah.
I've got people messaging me like, how long have you known?
You can answer that question, Erwin.
Yeah, it was just today. We, when I join, I usually ping John a couple days ahead if I hopefully am responsible to say, is there anything you need me to do or get out as far as information goes? Because I'm playing an NPC, really. And we ended up having a conversation about the paths that this could go down today because, it really comes down to whether or not 10K would leave all fates or go with her or ask her to stay or what that situation would be. And I had resolved that 10K would definitely sort of help push all fates out the door. And then it got into some just discussions about, what would keep all fates from coming back. And we decided that there was 2 different ways it could go, the way that it did or a different path. And we were just going to read how the game was going and how the PCs were taking everything and sort of what the story was. And then John sent me a secret signal. So I knew what was going to happen as soon as he sent me the signal.
Oh my god.
Well, it looks like we're not actually going to require a vote.
No. Hells to the no.
The play of the game today goes towards Erigwen. The first time that the play of the game goes towards someone who isn't either a player or GM in this. So, congratulations.
Nominations here. Erigwen for freaking everything. She who saves 10,000 books. She who breaks 10,000 hearts. And 10K's ultimate sacrifice. 4 nominations, they're all for her. Earned. Well earned.
Well earned.
Mhm.
Play of the game. 10K.
Don't want to
10K.
Don't want a nomination for the captain for finding that one tree west of Mahalanka that he's
Just
never
like that
seen
one
before?
bald tree.
I'm well, there's a needle on top, I
Maybe
guess.
he
I
has
don't know.
salty dog. Maybe he's really good at finding things. We don't know.
Hey, I was used to seeing the jungle from above, so I knew things that stood out.
Legitimate
That's true.
matches.
True.
See, you're thinking ahead. Oh God. Oh, my heart. Well,
Yeah,
we
I'm
didn't cross it.
actually shocked. Crosshair, damn, I could have gone very differently. Of course, somebody still died because that's just the way it is when we go to a city. But
Well, I was gonna I don't know. I feel like all of us had a part of us that was kind of just maybe we should just fight and die alongside 10K.
yeah, Can you imagine if that was like our last
Stand
session?
randomly in the
We just
middle
all
of the jungle.
TPK in a library.
Excuse me, outside a library. Thank you. Be pretty boss.
That's true, Grubermensch.
Ooh.
Who did you guys predict? Wait,
Oh
do I
no.
want to know?
Yeah, you probably.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you can say who your predictions were.
Predict.
I forgot.
Kate,
That is
you
why
remember.
you died.
Oh,
no.
shit. John, if you punish
I-
people for forgetting things with death, I don't even want to go.
You would have
think-
died like 12,000.
I think it was just like just the next sort of bad guys. That it wasn't going to be anybody particularly important who died next.
She was important to me.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I was just being stupid.
That's a good point, Captain Daff. Whatever the, like, resurrected evil version of a lunar is, it could happen. She who knows 10,000 ways to inflict pain, you know, it could be a thing. I'm just...
Daff already has a theory that Baby Ray is going to be the next 10K.
Oh, are we pulling a Twilight on this shit? I don't need it.
I don't need it.
I don't...
Fuck.
No,
hey,
it
Eric
was a
Wynn.
Twilight
Oh, sorry.
cast.
Hey, sorry. That's good. Because yeah.
Aragorn, if you're interested, let me know if this offer appeals to you. But I have 25 XP and 25 solar XP. As my tribute to 10K, I would like to let you decide what I buy with my XP.
My God.
First of all, why the heck have you saved up that much XP?
Because I couldn't decide what to spend it on. We can decide over DM if you want, but I'm
That
just
sounds like
putting that
fun.
out there.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
So just to reassure everybody,
It's a lot.
Aragorn isn't, hopefully, I mean, it's always up to her, but she's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this wasn't like, oh my character's gone, I quit.
Call disconnected.
God,
Forever.
she's
I don't know.
But
My God.
there is something that we do have to do. Kate, what'd you learn?
I learned, Val hadn't quite realized how many of the Lunars and how badly they wanted to break this bond with the Solars. But seeing what little she saw of the fight at Mahalanka really solidified that. So yeah, learned about how much the Solars want to, the Lunars want to break their tie to the Solars.
Scott?
I think Jorek learned something important about himself, which is that it sounds like, anyway, what he kind of interpreted from 10K's comment about Sewell and so on is that, like, he's always been himself. And I think, I don't know, the last number of sessions there's been a real journey of, like, what is my purpose? Like, within the circle, and there's all these other important people in terms of the destiny and, like, what's his job, right? And I think that comment really solidified his sense of self.
Liz?
Ray learned that when she fights, people die, and when she doesn't fight, people die.
Shit.
So she may as well just fight for what she believes in and for the people she loves.
Ouch.
All going to hell anyway. And that maybe she wants a baby?
Well, fuck
Question
even
mark?
knows, man.
She
That's
don't
for
know.
peacetime.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second illustrious mod, Captain Daff, will be streaming right after this with Nathan fucking Drake in Uncharted. But we do have some things coming up. Monday?
Ooh, guys, I'm actually doing a Method Monday tomorrow. I swear I'm not gonna get whatever heat stroke or whatever garbage it is. I'm gonna be on tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome. Please join me. Twitch.tv/BiffTheBoss. We're playing Soma on Paul Prospero's Paranormal Probe.
Also on Monday?
I might do a bit of streaming in the morning. Probably some Breath of the Wild because there's new DLC.
It dropped.
Details on the Twitters.
How about Tuesday?
I'm most likely going to join Mr. Jules for, I believe, Jeff DeDuce, because like I kind of took a Scream stream last week, so kind of. So yeah, I'm going to join Julian. It's going to be great.
Wednesday, it looks like we might be putting RPG Clinic on slight hold in order to make sure that Scott and I can run the nets.
Yeah.
You guys
Dan-
are starting on Wednesday?
Well, we're talking about it.
Damn, son!
If we
We're
can get
gonna
it
see
set
if we
up.
can. That's Android Netrunner Terminal Directive Campaign played for you live. A card game across the universe. But we might still answer some RPG questions while we play. Scott will be there. We'll see how it goes. Thursday.
I'm gonna try to play some more Talos Principle, since I'll be home and I won't be running a show afterwards. If I get motion sickness, I can just go lie down.
Yay!
Friday?
Friday, we got Punchy. Punches her way through New Vegas. She's playing some DLC. Got into a major bloodbath at the end of last session, so we're gonna
Horrifying.
keep that going. Saturday, well, there's Comic-Con this weekend,
Yeah.
so we probably will not be streaming. I'm probably gonna throw a random daytime stream of Shadowrun some point during the week, trying not to conflict with anybody else's, but it was a cool game. I enjoyed it. Wanna
Yeah.
play some more?
How about Sunday, guys?
Hey!
What you cha? We're on Exalted right here.
Exaltwitch is on next Sunday. Guys, if you've been keeping track, there aren't a whole lot of possible days left. You don't want to miss it. Each and every one. I have to thank she who knows 10,000 things and fuck, what did I name him? Oh shit, I'm so bad. Captain Daff, what's your name? It's
Made up like
here's the thing, it's echoes through song.
something like that.
Echoes through song?
Echo.
Echoes through song, isn't it?
I think it's
Sounds
echoes through
right.
song.
That sounds right.
Well, you
Let's
gotta
go with
salute
that.
anyway.
Hey.
Echoes through song.
Okay.
That's it. Thanks so much. But I also have to thank. Let's see.
Goats.
We have to thank
Go run.
Never Too Many Socks, NETS Dow, Low the Illustrator, Artemis Grubermensch, Kaiser Omnic, Aragwen, Plucky Hero, The Crosshair, Captain Daff, Real Brick Wall, Kalen Silverfur, and Rock Pants. You are my first subscribers. Thank you. You'll get your emotes as soon as Twitch approves them, but that could take up to a week, so don't hold your breath.
Oh.
Oh no, wait, we have to turn on autofocus.
Ugh.
So, basically, my dad has started painting minis, and he was like, "Hey, I'm making a dragon for your sister. What do you want?" And I was like, "A fox, a goat, and an owl." And he was like, "I'm not gonna ask."
Okay,
And
I guess.
So that's what he did, and they're very, very small. But this is a fitting. Hold
I
on.
hope this doesn't bust.
Hold
This
on.
doesn't bust shit up.
We gotta turn on the focus.
What you? Okay, there you go.
Oh god, it's not focusing. This is the worst.
I turned it on.
No,
How about you take a
didn't.
photo and post it to Twitter later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's tiny.
That's so cool. I love it. That's awesome.
Yes, they're really adorable. We're gonna take some real awesome miniaturized photos. Really cute.
I'll take them right now because I forgot last time.
Make sure to tune in next to Captain Daff. Any last words? She who knows 10,000 things?
Thanks again. Thanks everybody who's has been supporting this whole story and making it as awesome as it is, because our Torkel is amazing. And thank you, John, for running a super amazing story.
It was a good day.
Nope.
to everybody.